Hi Noah, this is Kelsi. I'm back today to read you another story. This one today I've picked out, it's called Sidney's Glasses. I am wearing glasses right now. I don't always wear glasses, but I am today. And I kind of like my glasses, so I don't know if you wear glasses, but if you do, or if you don't, maybe one day in the future you might. So I thought this was a pretty good story and I hope you like it. So this is called Sidney's Glasses by Renee Carver. Let's see what it says. Sidney never remembered to clean his glasses. At first, his lenses were bright and clean. They sparkled in the sun. Sidney could see everything very well. Look at that picture, how they sparkle like that. Nice. Okay. Then one of his lenses got a smudge of mud on it. Then the other lens got half of a fingerprint on it. Then Sidney tripped while carrying his lunch, and both lenses got sprayed with drops of milk. Goodness, that's a lot. That just happened. I get fingerprints on mine all of the time. That is really difficult to see through, and I don't like that very much. Okay. Sidney couldn't see as well as he could before, but he could still see okay. He didn't clean his glasses. Then one of his lenses got a blotch of mustard on it. Uh-oh. Then the other lens got a thumbprint on it. Then Sidney dropped his glasses behind the couch, and both lenses got covered in dust. Wow, these are getting dirtier and dirtier. Now, Sidney couldn't see very well, but he could still see some. He didn't clean his glasses. Then one of his lenses got a smear of chocolate on it. Oh, goodness. Then the other lens got a paw print on it. Then Sidney poked his head under his bed to find his baseball mitt, and both lenses got covered in cobwebs. Ooh. Look at how dirty those glasses are now. Goodness gracious. I wonder if he even sees that little spider right there. Ooh, I would be screaming. I don't like spiders. Now Sidney could barely see at all. However, it was time for his baseball game, and he was late. He didn't clean his glasses. Oh boy. Sidney stood in the outfield. His lenses didn't sparkle in the sun. They were covered with gunk, I'd say. Look at this baseball field. That's kind of interesting, don't you think? There's grass back here. That makes sense. And then there's this pond. Whew. Crack! The batter hit the ball hard. Sidney squinted up at the sky. He saw the ball sailing over his head. Sidney ran backward. He couldn't see the ball. Whoa, do you remember what was behind him? He couldn't see anything. His glasses were too dirty. I think I know what might happen next. What do you think? Splash. Yep, I was right. Sidney fell into a pond. He scrambled to his feet. He rubbed his glasses on his wet uniform and put them back on. He looks pretty happy there, actually, doesn't he? He looked down. Floating next to him was the ball. But at least he could see again. All right, so that's the end. When my glasses get dirty, I really like to wash them. I don't know how Sidney did that, not washing his glasses very often. I like to wash them every time I put them on because I just really can't stand when it's hard to see. All right, so let's take a look at our comprehension questions. We only have 3 this time. Number 1 says, Why isn't Sidney able to catch the baseball? Do you remember? So let's go back and see where Sidney is playing baseball here at the end. And let's see, here's that ball. It's coming, right? Okay, so the ball's coming. The batter hits the ball. Sidney's looking. He sees it going over his head. This one doesn't tell us why. He ran backward. He couldn't see the ball. He couldn't see anything because his glasses were too dirty. So that is why Sidney wasn't able to catch the baseball. His glasses were too dirty. He couldn't see it. All right, number 2. Why can Sidney finally see better at the end of the story? Let's take a look. So let's see. At the end of the story, remember he looks so happy. Splash, Sidney fell into a pond and he's got that big smile. He scrambled to his feet. He rubbed his glasses on his wet uniform and put them back on. He looked down. Floating next to him was the ball, but at least he could see again. So when he fell into that pond, his glasses got wet and his uniform got wet. And that means that he was able to kind of clean his glasses there, and then he could see. So that's why he could see better, and that's why he was pretty happy there at the end too. Okay, last question. After falling in the pond, how do you think Sidney felt? Well, let's take a look. Luckily, our questions here are all sort of towards the end of our story this time. So here's where he falls. This is where we talked about how he cleaned his glasses. He looked down, the ball was next to him, but at least he could see again. So I don't know. I wonder what you think. How do you think he felt? At first, he's playing baseball. He might have felt a little embarrassed that he fell into that pond in front of his friends. But his smile, he's smiling, so he looks pretty happy. I guess he also could have felt maybe hurt, right? If he fell on something and hurt himself. I think, though, if I were to answer that question, I'd probably say he felt pretty happy because his glasses were now clean and he could see the ball and he could see what was going on. So that would be my best answer. Okay. All right, so that's the end of Sidney's glasses. Hope you liked that one. And hopefully you'll be hearing from me soon with another story. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.